begs another socio sort of political problem that I've identified and I've talked to some researchers about, and they haven't really thought about this much. And it is that, okay, like we live, if we are increasingly living in a society in which there's the potential, the risk of having less employment, and having less people working, because the productivity of automation, like offsets the requirement for these people to work. The sort of Protestant ethic society that we live in which everything is a commodity, everything is a transaction, and you're being milked for for every penny of every second, for all of your eyeball time or whatever. At some point they're going to be drained and exhausted, where they're, like you're essentially the information, what I think is the potential end of the collapse of the information based economy, or the entertainment based economy, really happens whenever people don't have enough, people have their jobs eliminated, and they can't afford these nice things. They can't afford to watch these things or
I mean, so one possible end game is like 10,000 rich people owning robot factories that mine stuff and make luxury goods for them and pamper them, and meanwhile everyone else ends up rummaging around for garbage outside the robot factory and subsistence farming, right? Which I don't think will quite go to that extreme, but I mean you're potentially getting toward that level if AI does every stage of producing everything, right? Because then the question is, if the concentration of wealth increases and a small number of humans owns the AI that produces anything, then indeed, what's the motivation of those owners to share the product of these AIs with everybody else? And of course, what should avoid that is that the small number of people shouldn't actually own all the robot factories and all the AIs designing everything, and the ownership should be decentralized among more.
And if there's anything that history has taught me, it is that people who are cast out of those kinds of societies, they tend to not like that very much, and they will resist it.